Hey, Greg.
Hey, Tim.
How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Fantastic.
Awesome. We got a new setup here.
I know. We're in Latch-Key Dad's Studio B.
That's it. Otherwise known as my basement. So if we sound a little off, instead of Gabe barking, it'll be my dog Rocco.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he signed the waiver, so we'll be okay.
We should
using his voice in the.
Yeah, most definitely. He's a little particular. So I was thinking, Tim, there's this new phenomenon going around. People are talking about it called the Mandela effect. Have you heard about this?
I have not, no.
Oh, you have not?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, for those of you who are not aware of the Nelson Mandela effect, it's based on the idea of specific false memories that are shared by a large group of people. So a group of people will swear that X happened, and when in fact it's not true at all.
Huh. That's
right?
pretty wild.
Yeah. And it's kind of very specific to our generation as we look back at the 80s and 90s, and we're like, I swear X, Y, and Z. And they're like, no, not at all.
Yeah.
It's called the Mandela effect by a paranormal researcher by the name of Fiona Broom. And she reported having personal memories of coverage of the anti-apartheid leader, everybody knows Nelson Mandela, dying in prison in the 80s. And we all, if you check it out, he did not die in the 80s. In fact, I think he lived in
2013 or something?
Yeah, something like that. But when she was looking into it, a whole bunch of people had this memory of Nelson Mandela dying in prison in either the 80s or the 90s. She's like, well, why is everybody having this same memory?
Yeah.
And you yourself might say, wait, did he die in the 80s? I remember him being released from prison, so that one didn't work on me. I don't know about you.
Yeah, that one doesn't, make me think that I was wrong, that I thought it was much earlier in his life that he had passed. But yeah, the whole concept of it, I'm looking at the information you just shared with me, and it's pretty interesting. And I do think that there's possibly something to the effect of like how media is distributed. I know for my great-grandparents and grandparents, so much of what they got was from books and reading, and they'd sit there with like National Geographic and they would read it firsthand. They'd have it, like if someone were to say, oh, when did such and such happen, they'd grab their encyclopedia, flip to that part of it, and then they would read right from it. So like that idea that collectively the information would be sort of shared incorrectly over some broad media.
Yep.
And then you read it and assume that it's accurate when in fact it's, incorrect. It seems like that could be something that, has played into this idea.
Absolutely.
Of this Mandela effect.
Yeah. So I kind of looked up a few, and I'm going to ask you, let me know if you have some you'd want to ask me. We'll see, and the audience can kind of sort of play along, not
Sure.
a game, but which one is correct, Tim?
Okay.
All right. Star Wars Episode 5.
Okay.
The amazing scene between Darth Vader and his soon to find out his son, Luke Skywalker.
Okay.
And Darth Vader says to him one of the two. Does he say, Luke, I am your father? Or does he say, no, I am your father?
It's interesting that you chose this one because this is one that, again, not knowing that this was a phenomenon. Mm-hmm. Recently, I was in a conversation with somebody and it came up that everyone says Luke.
Yes.
And because, our kids are at that age where, there's new Star Wars coming out and we're trying to get them to watch the old ones, I paid, particular attention to that scene because I feel like I would always say it incorrectly.
Me too.
And I think to this whole phenomenon, I think the majority of people, if you were to ask, would say Luke, but I'm going to go with no as the correct answer.
And that is right. Yeah, it's no, I am your father. And for years, as a kid, you would say, Luke, I am your father.
Yeah. And I think it's interesting too, because if all of society more or less leans to Luke, it makes you wonder, like, did they get it wrong when they wrote the script? That it would have had more strength and power if he actually said Luke. But yeah, it's pretty cool. You know, but
I did see, and I don't have any examples on me, but I did a while ago. I saw, when I was thinking about this, I saw this website that people are convinced that, especially when it comes to movies, that people went back and they changed the movie.
Yeah,
they're like, I swear, and when I saw this in the theater, it was X, Y, and Z, and then when it, later, which is very possible because they do some after, they do dubbing and they do change movies.
Well, especially with Star Wars, like they've gone back and remastered them. They've added scenes like. With Jabba the Hutt. I
Right.
know they added some
Yeah.
scenes there. Like
All of a sudden it's a guy or something like that,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. So to play into those, conspiracy theories, it's certainly possible. Yeah.
Wouldn't it be awesome if it really was Luke, I am your father?
Yeah.
It was some kind of conspiracy.
Yeah.
George Lucas. Do you want some more? You want to hear some more examples of the Mandela effect, or if you got
Sure.
some,
I mean, I'll throw one at you that
Sure.
I came across that I thought was kind of funny, and partly because I'm a graphic artist and stuff like
Sure.
that. It falls into the
There's a lot
visual,
of those, right?
aspect of it.
Yeah.
And so I will ask you, do you recall the Fruit of the Loom logo
Yeah.
for,
Sure.
shirts and underwear and everything? That there's a bunch of fruit, some grapes, an apple,
Yeah,
and then,
yeah.
green and purple grapes, and then a cornucopia
Right, the
fruit
horn.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you recall having the cornucopia or not having the cornucopia?
I would say most definitely the cornucopia.
Likewise, that's what I thought. But in fact, there's no
Really?
cornucopia, which to me, I'm 100% on the conspiracy side of things that they did have it like way back when,
At some
and they've
point.
since removed it. But yeah, according to this, it says that was incorrect, that the cornucopia was
weird.
never there.
I really remember that. Remember the cornucopia.
Yeah. But it does make me wonder, like, is there that much like overlaying of information in our brains where we've seen that visual of the fruit with the cornucopia, like for Thanksgiving or something like
Right,
that as
yeah.
a kid, and that visual would keep coming up year after year, and then you see this logo with the Fruit of the Loom, and our brain just goes, "Oh, it's the same visual. There's a
And it
cornucopia."
doesn't register
but we
a new
never
image.
actually, got that logo up
Yeah.
that close to our eyes to
Oh,
see.
that's
Oh my gosh, there's no
interesting.
cornucopia.
Okay.
Which again, it reminds me. There's a series on Netflix called Brain Games. I don't know if you ever came across this.
Yeah.
And it goes into great depth about how our eyes will fixate on like one portion of the screen, like when we're watching a movie or
Sure.
a show, and then all this background stuff could be going on that we can 100% miss. And the example that
Yeah.
sticks in my brain is they have you focus on this guy doing magic, and while he's doing it, a guy in a bunny suit walks behind him, a guy in like a I don't know, a bear, so like all these different costumed people walk
Yeah.
behind, and then after he's done with the magic trick, he goes, "Did you see anything unusual?" And you're looking at it going, "No, there's a guy doing magic."
Yeah.
And then they play it back again, and you see these ridiculous characters walking behind, and it's like you completely tune it out.
It's amazing.
And then once obviously you're kind of aware of you
Yeah.
kind of start to like let your eyes, see more of the screen. But
Yeah.
it's pretty neat how our brains will just edit things.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, that's pretty wild. We did talk about songs in our last episode.
Mhm.
All right, so the Oscar Mayer theme song. I think you sang it last time. Do you think you can do it again?
The BOLOG.
Yeah,
one,
yeah. Do you think you could do it again? If not, that's okay.
Um,
My baloney
has a first name.
name.
It's OSCAR. My baloney has a second name. It's MAYER.
Okay, good. You did it right.
Okay.
Oh wait. Oscar. I'm confused. Meyer is spelled with an E instead of an A. Hold on. This website's messing me up now, Tim.
Well, I found a similar one, and it says, one of the most confounding of all, there's an A in Mayer. Honest to
Yes.
goodness, we thought it was Meyer, MEYER. So
You're right, yeah. No, it confused me because I thought they were saying A is instead of MAYAR.
Oh, okay.
So you got that one right.
Okay. I'm
But
doing all right with this.
I think the jingle did. I think it was the jingle that really.
Yeah, that would have helped me.
That
Yeah.
stuck it out.
Now, this was one that I thought was just bizarre for various anatomical reasons, but do you remember Curious George? Yeah. Would you say he has a tail or does not have a tail when he's illustrated?
Now, my kids were huge Curious George fans, and I must have read those stories 1,000 times. I'm on the fence because he's a monkey.
Yeah.
He should have a tail.
Exactly.
But I don't think he did. So
Okay.
I would say no if I had to bet money.
All right. Well, you would have won that.
Oh,
bet,
okay,
but
okay.
To your point, like I just think of how many times the tail would have been part of him, like
Swinging on
doing
it.
something.
Yeah.
That one I don't want to believe. Like it just seems so weird that to have a monkey and the tail being such a key element of a monkey's
Anatomy.
yeah, and just like in everything you see a monkey, the tail is always somehow involved.
Yeah. Yeah.
Seems like an odd choice, but apparently.
That's interesting.
So
Yeah.
I might have to research that one. Find an really old
Find an
copy
old-
of a book where he still has a tail.
All right, you are the Fellowship of the Ring. You are escaping under the mountain, and Gandalf has just battled the Balrog and is hanging on by his fingertips. And he looks at you and he says, "Do you know?"
I should probably know, but this is one of the movies that I know as you know this movie so much better than I do.
yeah.
And offhand, I'm going to say something that involves C-3PO. No.
Well, is it either "Run, you fools"? Remember, he goes, "Run, you fools," or does he say, "Fly, you fools"?
It seems like run would probably be the response in a situation like that. So I'll go with run.
It is fly.
Okay.
And it's in the book too. But there's a big conspiracy theory that says, not about the Mandela effect. It is fly, you fools. But that he was telling them, why are you walking? Ride the, what were they? The hawks.
Right.
That they should have just hopped on the birds and flew over to the mountain. So, whether that is true or not is to be debated. But if that's what he meant or not. But he did say fly, which is weird.
Yeah.
Like, why would he say that when they're walking?
Yeah. Now this one, again, I think it kind of plays on the whole idea of what we focus on when we're watching movies and stuff like that. So if I were to ask, is C-3PO's body entirely gold, or does he have a part of his body that's not the same?
That's I thought he was all gold up until a certain point when he gets like disassembled. Like
Right.
I remember, is it Empire Strikes Back where he gets blown up and Chewie's carrying
him in
him
the
around?
backpack,
That's
yeah.
when I thought he got the silver leg, right?
Okay, yeah. I would agree that it was somewhere along the lines that he got disassembled, but according to this, he's always had one silver, from the knee down.
Really?
And again, like, there's a part of me that's like, okay, I got to go watch every
Now-
single movie. Watch his leg the entire time.
Absolutely, yeah.
But yeah, and they're so much in belief that this is true, that throughout every movie he's got a partially silver leg, that like the costumes, the Halloween costumes, they should have had one silver leg.
Right.
And everything. It's very strange.
But the C-3PO toy, the Kenner action figure, wasn't he all gold?
I mean, I have one. I don't have it on me at the moment, but I'm certainly going to check.
All right, that'll have to be a report card because I think my brother had C-3PO and he was all gold.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, again, I could just be playing into my own mental image of it.
Yeah. Hey, right.
But yeah, I mean, I know I have one. He might still even be in the packaging. I may have one that never even came out of the packaging. Now, that being said, it was like the reissue from like the 90s, not the original, 80s one. So it's possible that the original 80s one is right and the 90s ones, I got it wrong. I don't know.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Like maybe maybe the toy was a mess up and that's what created, our belief that it was, all gold.
Yeah.
When it was a toy manufacturing.
Well, I'm looking at, this is interesting. It says, it's like the internet is listening to us, because now there's all these action figures where he does have a silver leg.
Okay.
But then there's other ones that look like he's all gold. So it seems like maybe it's, depending on when it was issued, it might be right or wrong. Now this one, all gold. There's a very much a inconsistent bit of toy production. Even the Lego version, all gold.
Which would easily lend to the Mandela effect, if I
Absolutely.
would say so, yeah.
Yeah. So another one that I don't know that I even had an opinion on if someone were to ask me, but double stuff Oreo, would you have a STUFF or STUF if you were to?
I mean, I would say 2 Fs because bigger, right? Double stuff.
Yeah.
Right? You want the in there. That strong sound.
Yeah, but it's 1F. But to me, that seems like one of those things where it could have even been like there was some other product out there that was a double stuff pillow or some other product that had been trademarked. And like, all right, fine, we'll just drop an F.
You know the air freshener Febreze?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right? How do you think the word is spelled, Febreze?
Well, again, maybe because I work in like, design and marketing and
Yeah.
branding and all that kind of stuff. I often err on the side of things being spelled wrong, or not
Yeah.
the way that you would normally
Yeah.
think, because it's like they want it to be unique.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, I think it's like its own word. Like
Sure.
FRBREZE or something
Yeah,
like that.
that's right. There's only one E.
Okay.
Yeah. If you asked me, I would have said, well, of course it's Breeze, Breeze,
Yeah.
and it's not.
Yeah. Oh, here's a good one. The Monopoly Man. Monocle or no monocle?
He's got a monocle, right?
I would,
No?
if I were guessing, I would say yeah, but again, he doesn't. But to me, I wonder how much of it is like we saw Mr. Peanut all the time,
sure.
and he has the monocle.
Yeah.
Like, did our brains like superimpose those two characters, and that we just
yeah.
assume that somehow he has a monocle, but apparently no monocle.
I think the Matrix glitched is what's going on here, because that's ridiculous.
Yeah, maybe this resource that we're looking at is all just made up content.
How about this last? Well, we can look. Maybe there's some more, but there's. Are you? I know you're not a big horror guy, but have you seen Silence of the Lambs?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's
Classic.
great.
Yeah,
it's a great movie. And in my mind, I can hear him saying "Hello, Clarice."
Yeah,
right?
and that's like, if you even mention the movie, that's what people will do. The fava beans and
then
that.
he doesn't. He never says it.
No.
He just says "Good morning," and like he never says "Hello, Clarice."
See, to me, that is so bizarre that collectively someone came up with that idea that he said it or
And
misquoted
then
it. And then it's just permeated all of society that we all think he said that.
Yeah.
Or it was edited out.
Or
maybe.
exactly, yeah. Everything tastes like chicken, or does chicken taste like everything? So there you have it.
Yeah.
There's the Mandela effect. So you're all going crazy.
Yeah. It kind of makes a lot of sense to me now that I'm losing my ability to remember everything. I'm like, yeah, sure, everything's wrong.
Everything's wrong. Hey, Tim.
Hey, Greg.
We love our games here at Latch-Key Dads.
Oh, yeah, we do.
And I thought maybe do another game.
Sounds good.
Because that's what we do. So this game is we're going to each name 3 websites, preferably from the 90s.
Right.
And the other person has to identify 2 are real and 1 is fake. So you have to correctly identify which one is fake.
Yep.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So who would like to go first?
Well, I think I'll go first. I'll give you 3. How's that sound?
Okay. Here we go.
All right. So the first one is catscratchlever.com. It was a website with an automatic cat door for sale.
A website with an automatic cat door. Okay.
Like they were selling some product that was
okay.
like an automatic cat door.
Okay.
Cybergrass.com.
Cybergrass. Okay.
This was apparently a bluegrass music and news and information website.
Okay. All about bluegrass.
Right.
Okay.
And English.com, which was a website of bad translations on packaging.
Ooh, that sounds pretty good.
So just real quick, I'll go through them again.
Yeah.
Catscratchlever.com, cybergrass.com, and English.com.
I mean, they all sound wonderful, and I think I'd visit all of them. But I think I'm going to go with the English being the fake one.
It's a good guess, but in fact, English.com is a website. Cybergrass is a website.
Cybergrass.
Catscratchlever.com was my fake one.
It really does. Oh, Catscratchlever was the fake one.
Was the fake one, yeah.
I thought you were going to do it. All right. Well, yeah. That was good.
Yeah.
Well done.
All right.
All right. So our first one is called fogcam.org.
Okay.
Which is a cam, video cam, on the campus of San Francisco State University.
Okay.
All right. Our second one is howtoaccesstheinternet.com. Website designed to show you how to access the internet.
I like it.
And the third is KLI.org, the Klingon Language Institute.
Okay.
Which, if you don't know, Klingon is the language in Star Trek.
Right. I'm going knee jerk. I'm going with the second one. That it's a website to teach you how to get on the internet, but you'd have to get on the internet to be able to get to the website to learn how to use the internet. I'm going with that one.
Very good. Yes, that is the fake one.
All right. Okay, here's your next grouping, Greg. First one, icanhascheeseburger.com, website that launched the world of memes to the world.
Okay.
Danger Dog and Octoranger.com. This was a Swedish children's cartoon. Strawberry Pop-Tart Blowtorches. This was a website dedicated to toasters that fail to eject Pop-Tarts from the toaster.
Could you repeat them just one more time for me here?
The first one was icanhascheeseburger.com.
Okay.
Danger Dog and Octoranger.com. And Strawberry Pop-Tart Blowtorches.
I really want to say one, the first one, but my gut is Icon has cheeseburger. I mean, I think I would have heard of that if that was the first meme website, but I think you made up the other one, the second one, the strange Swedish.
Oh, the Danger Dog and Octoranger.
Yeah.
You are correct. That was my made up one.
Only because I was like, I would have heard of the other one. And the Pop-Tart one was just too wild.
Yeah, it's too good not to be true. The actual website for that is pmichaud.com/toast.
Oh, okay.
I want to check it out. It still exists, apparently.
It still exists. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Number one, we have screwdriver.net. Demonstrates the proper way to use a screwdriver.
Okay.
Number two, webhamster.com, which is just GIFs of hamsters.
Okay.
And number three, the amazing fish cam, which is exactly what you would think, a cam pointed at someone's fish tank.
These are actually all very plausible. I'm going to go with fish cam is not real.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Was it the first one?
It was the first one, yes. There is no screwdriver.net, at least as of right now.
It seemed plausible.
It did,
somebody,
right?
If you can get to the internet and know how to use the internet, you might need to use it to learn how to use a screwdriver.
Now, the web hamster would play the hamster dance.
The hamster dance, yeah.
And I'll play that for you right now as long as my microphone doesn't break.
Sounds like a remix.
It does. Which, if you didn't know that is actually the Walt Disney song from the Robin Hood cartoon.
Really?
Yes.
I did not know that.
There you go.
No, I learn something every day.
All right.
All right. So one more round.
We're tied
here.
1-1.
Yeah. Okay. First one for you, Greg. HaveIBeenPwned.com, a website to check if your data has been compromised.
Okay.
WhoSampled.com, a site dedicated to finding where other music has been sampled by other musicians. Indiana.com, a site dedicated to search results based on Indiana Jones movies.
Wow. That was a mouthful.
It was weird. So, real quick, Have I Been Pawned was the first one. Who Sampled? And We Know Indiana.
I mean, the third one is just so out there, it's got to be true. I think the second one is a true thing that you could want to know. So, process of elimination, I'll go with the first one.
Have I Been Pawned?
Yeah.
That is actually real.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
We Know Indiana.com was my made-up one.
Well done. Well played, sir. All right. So, I got to go for the tie here.
Right.
All right. Number one, adamslunch.com. What did Adam eat for lunch today?
All right.
Number two, purple.com. Just a blank purple screen.
Okay.
And number three, a homepage. A website devoted to the letter A.
Well, the last two seem so sort of the kind of thing that somebody would do just to do something random on the internet. So I'm going to go with Adam's lunch.
Well done. That was good.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. We'll have to do it again. There's only like 270 billion websites.
Yeah,
out there,
exactly.
So I'm sure we could find a few more. Hey, Greg.
Hey, Tim.
I think it's time for a report card.
Sounds about right. So the only item we have on our report card is whether or not C-3PO truly had a silver leg or not.
And the verdict is?
Well, still kind of on the fence because, quite frankly, in the movie, right, you looked up and...
Yeah, there was a still from the original movie in 1977 where the shot was much warmer. So he looked like he kind of has two gold legs, but if you look close enough, you can see there's a little bit of a color difference. And then in the remastered version, it's a cooler tone that they used, so it's much more evident that he has a silver leg.
But to contradict that, I was able to find the C-3PO original Kenner toy from my bin box. It was my brother's, not mine. He's very loose and shaky, but he clearly has gold legs in the toy. Yeah. So this could definitely, when you were a kid, it's not like we had VHS or on demand of streaming services. So you saw the movie once, but you played with the toys hundreds of times.
Absolutely.
So that is my belief as to why we fell for that Mandela effect.
Totally.
Yeah.
And even looking at some of the other stuff, they had like playing cards and stuff from back in the late 70s that clearly had two gold legs. So yeah, I think the verdict is it's good either way.
Yeah.
Gold or silver, I'm good either way.
So because of all this stuff, I mean, A+.
100%.
Strongly. Can't get enough Latch-Key Dad content? Well, check out latchkeydads.com.
That's right, Greg. On our website, we've got a plethora of photos from each episode, as well as other interesting links to content that we talk about on the show.
Yeah, Tim, I really enjoy all the pictures that you put up there as they really bring the episode home.
Yeah, I guess I'm not afraid to show those embarrassing photos of my childhood. So, we encourage you to check out the website, latchkeydads.com, for all that content.
Excellent. And if you have a moment, check out our shop page where we've got really cool keychains for sale. If you don't know what to get your dad for Christmas, the holidays, Father's Day, birthday, check it out. It's a cool gift. Tim, did you know that listeners should like, review, and subscribe to the Latch-Key Dads podcast?
No. But now I know.
No, he's
Knowing is half the battle.